Good morning, everybody. Super
Morning.
excited to see you guys.
Good morning, Laurel.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
So I have a hard stop at about in 50 minutes because I've got my Lean on Laurel students. And I'm always super happy to see Scott. And if you guys saw the live video that I did on Friday, I'm just gonna highlight Scott here because Scott is one of those people that I knew he was going to be an amazing student of the way that he participated in the $7 program. He always showed up to the calls just like this. He took part in the Ask Laurel every single week, and he came into Lean on Laurel, what, Scott, about a month ago, maybe? No, it hasn't been that long. And he's just participating like in every single thing, and any little thing that goes wrong, he's like, hey, Laurel, this is happening. And so I'm seeing so many people come into the $7 program. They're like, I don't know what to do. It's so confusing. And I wanted to build this as a program and not a course. Like a lot of you guys are probably like, whoa, she has a lot of stuff in this program. And to me, and this is my personal belief, I don't believe that there can be a Facebook ads course because each of every one of your businesses is different. And it requires you guys taking in the material and then coming to these calls and saying, Laurel, I've watched this video, I'm trying to execute it and I'm trying to make it personalized to my strategy, or I've executed this and it's not quite working. Can you help me personalize it a little bit more? That is the absolute best way to get my help, not only in this program, but any other program that you're going to buy from me. And Scott, we're only in the first phase of testing your offer, and you've already booked 4 calls and closed 2 high ticket clients. And we're just in his test ads, and he hasn't built a webinar yet. What have you done, Scott? Power content, and actually your power content isn't even up yet. It's just your power offer organic post, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, super. And he just came into Lean on Laurel saying, Laurel, I know my offer needs dialing in and I'm willing to be patient. And it's always sometimes whenever people come into whether it's the $7 program or that, the people who have the patience and understanding to know this is going to take time usually see the fastest results because they're going in with that mindset that it's not going to be that quick fix, So anyway, I saw Scott pop on here and I just kind of wanted to, brag on him a little bit. So who here today has questions about their ad strategy? Now, here's the one thing. I'm going to take submissions for the next 3 minutes. Okay. After 3 minutes, I'm going to close submissions. The one thing that I ask is that if you haven't seen that 3 missions video, make sure you're watching that, because that 3 missions video is the thing that will direct you to which strategy. And so today, I just want to make sure that everyone who's gonna come in and ask a question today has at least watched that, so that I'm not repeating anything, right? Because who wants to watch a replay on things that are already in the program? I know I get tired of saying the same thing over and over again. So yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and Kim, I'm going to go with Kim, and Kim is another really example of a student who every single week does the Ask Laurel thread and also comes to these calls. So hey, Kim, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Absolutely.
Can you see me?
There you are.
Yeah, I'm sorry. On Thursdays, I cannot most of the time make it too late for me, but I try, but most of the time I fall asleep. Sorry. But I make it quick. I would like to try the YouTube retargeting for, I run offers to an opt-in, but I also do have a low ticket thing. And I was wondering how you recommend me doing that. Do I just have a short video and say, hi, I saw what? Is there a short copy you tell me to do?
Absolutely. So if you guys go into the ATM strategy that's in the retargeting section, you're going to see the reminder video. And here's what I also do. Okay. I love YouTube retargeting. I'm getting sales for $1 for this $7 program. Super, super valuable, but you have to have at least 1,000 people who have visited your sales page. And so the reminder video is the thing. And I have that in the program. The second way that I retarget, anytime that I'm going live on my Facebook profile, I'm also streaming it to my YouTube channel and my Facebook business page. And I'm making sure that I'm using my power content format that has a strong call to action for my $7 program at the end. Why am I doing that? Because I know that I'm going to turn it into a retargeting ad later. And so a lot of you guys are like, what? It seems, Laurel, like you want us to do a lot of content. No, like I'm lazy. Like Scott will tell you, like I tell them this all the time. I want you guys to be lazy marketers like me. I make content once, but I'm very, very strategic in the way that I make it so that I can put it everywhere. Dr. Fortune shaking his head yes, because he's in my Lean on Laurel program too. So they know, like I want you guys to be able to, and that's why like I push you guys a little bit with that power content, like top of funnel power content, all value, don't have a CTA, but every other time that you guys are doing power content, have that strong call to action so that you're going to be able to use it as a retargeting video.
Okay.
That makes sense, Kim?
So does that mean I rather give a little bit of input? I watched the other videos you've been talking about, and not so I could do this also, just give a little bit of content or input and then say, hey, if you want to learn more.
Yep, always tie your content into why is the next step, which is the thing that they're going to buy. What is the gap that your audience is having right now in between that content that you're giving them now? And how is your paid thing going to fill that gap that you've just showed them? Perfect.
And is there certain lengths you recommend for YouTube, Max?
So whenever it comes to YouTube, I still use my 3 to 5 minute, power content format. I try to stay to it as much as possible. But here's what I always say is your middle of funnel content could be as long as you need it to be to have that value. Top of funnel content, I always have you guys keep it really short and sweet, like 3 to 5 minutes, right? But when it's middle of funnel content, I don't worry so much about it because it's my middle of funnel. You guys, it's already people that know, like, and trust me who are seeing the content. So they're likely to watch more of my stuff.
Okay. Can I ask another question? Power
Absolutely.
content, because I watched the training you did like 4 weeks or so ago, which is great. And what I did not understand, could I also do only one video, or do I always have to do 3 videos for the power content? Only for the power content?
You can start with one piece of power content video. Absolutely. I always tell people, spend the money that you have that you're not going to have to rely on groceries or feeding your family or anything like that. Like always look at Facebook advertising as that play money. So if you only can afford, let's say you only have like $150 a month to spend, do one piece of power content and do $5 a day. If that's all you can do, that will do a lot. Like even just doing one power content video, because think about this, right? If you only have $150 a month to spend, and for the first 3 months, you're putting all of that budget on one piece of power content, and it's super dialed in, you're getting, dollar through plays. Think about that. Like if you can build your audience with that, and then every time you post on your business page, you're just boosting it. That is if you just do that for the year, everyone sitting in this room right now is going to be so much further than their competitors of just doing that one little thing.
Okay, and if I did only one video, then I still have no link and just the call to action that they message me. Okay.
Well, the call to action would be drop a line below. You want them to drop comments so that you can go back on that comment. This is super important. And I think a lot of people have the misconception about power content. My whole purpose of power content is so that I can use cheap ads to have conversations with people, right? So anytime that I'm doing my top of funnel power content, I'm strategically wanting to give away something that's super valuable that people are going to drop a line below. I'm going to respond to their comment saying, hey, I'm going to ask them a follow-up question. They're going to come back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move the conversation to Messenger, have a more in-depth conversation. Like one of my clients, I want to say it was Dr. Fortune. The way that he was explaining it was perfect. He's like, the Messenger conversation is kind of like how a doctor diagnoses you. When you go to the doctor and the doctor's asking you all kinds of questions to try to figure out what to do. A lot of you guys are just dropping that free value bomb in there and leaving, not actually having that organic conversation to see like what they actually need. Because think about this, if we are truly good at what we do, we could diagnose that problem and give them a more specific next action to take. And that always doesn't, just because they raise their hand saying they want that value bomb, doesn't mean that that's what they need right now to move forward in their business or in their life or anything like that. And so we have to look at that Messenger conversation as a diagnosis. How are we as the expert diagnosing the problem. That is going to get more people on phone calls or buying your products more than anything else. And that is the purpose of the power content.
Okay.
Now it has other benefits, right? Like you could build warm audiences and all of that. But at the end of the day, I want to have those conversations because I would much rather have a conversation in Messenger than collect an email address.
Totally. But what I'm confused. Thank you. I totally get that. Thank you so much for that. But what I'm confused with now, if I boost a post on my business page, do I use a link there, or do I also do the drop the line below?
So here's what I do. Whenever I go live, I will say, drop a line below if you want to do this. And so what I'll do is, but I'll end the video with a call to action for the sales thing. So what that's doing is, so what's that's going to do is you're going to have comments of people asking you for that free thing, getting conversations. And two, when you're going to go to place an ad, you're going to be able to use you're going to be able to put that banner at the bottom that says click here to buy. And so it's going to actually lower the cost of your ads because people are commenting on your ad and it's pushing them to the thing that's going to buy. You see what I'm saying? So
Yes,
you're going to have
smart.
you're going to have a drop a line below if you want this free thing, or just go and buy this thing. It's going to do two things. So that's the way that I like to do ads. I like to think about how can I rig the game to get lower ad costs and have more conversations.
Super cool. Thank you so much, Laurel.
Yeah, absolutely. Nilu, did I say your name correctly?
Yes, Laurel. Good morning, everyone.
Awesome. Good morning. Nice to see you.
Same here. First time in the live and very excited. Very excited. I can't
Welcome.
send
We're
it
happy to
over.
have you.
Thank you. And I will not take that much time because I told you about my program. It's a tripwire offer. You can say the free webinar first, and then the 149 offer for the course, and that is also refundable.
Right.
So you asked me, did I calculate my numbers? Yes, I did. Do you want me to show you that? I can show you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, let's get to the question first, and then I'll ask.
My question is, I ran the ads from last year. I ran my first, I did like campaign to get some followers and likes, and then I did lead ad also. But again, it's not a good success with the videos. Then I did the conversion ad. Those are very expensive, and always it's stuck in the learning phase. My ad, it was very expensive.
What is the budget? What is your budget for your webinar ads?
When I was testing, I went up to $75 per day, but it was too high. I was just testing, so I just stopped it. Right now, like my budget is, I am not going more than $20 per day. But right now I'm running video messenger, and that is not a good one, as you said.
No, you wanna follow. You definitely want to follow the lead generation strategy and do conversion ads. They are the most expensive, but that's what I tell people, like anyone that's doing a webinar. And that's why with Scott, we didn't build his webinar first, right? Like we wanted to validate his power offer and get some calls on his books so that he has the cash flow, because webinar leads are the most expensive. Webinar leads are going to cost anywhere between $15 per lead and $45 per lead. So webinar leads, super expensive, but they are the most qualifying.
Yeah, so the thing is, if my question was, like, I'm using video ads. So should I start again with the power content thing? So in the lot strategy, or go to for the retargeting, because I use a lookalike audience. I ran the landing page view and made the lookalike audience with that, but that was the last end. After that, because of iOS, they took out some targeting. That's why my landing page view look like not working, because that was based on the pixel.
Yep. So here, I'll show you. Yep, I'll show you guys something. So. And I go into it in this program, but I think just like you guys seeing me teach this over and over again, right? So she's got a webinar, right? And she's sending cold traffic, okay? Now in this program, right, I teach you guys how to do power content first, right? Just to keep our ads account in good standing and all of that fun stuff. But what it's also doing is building a warm audience. So if she's sending cold traffic here, once she has 1,000 people that have visited this landing page, right? So think about this. We want to get a 20% conversion rate, right? From ad to landing page. We want at least 20% of people to opt in, right? Well, there's 80% of people who are going to visit this page and not opt in. And remember, webinars are the most expensive types of ads. So what her next step could be, right? Instead of sending power content to her cold audience, where can she put that? She could put her power content middle of funnel and redirect the people who are only watching, redirect the people who landed on her landing page but never opted into the webinar, feed them some of that webinar content here, right? Remember I teach you guys there are 2 ways to enter that ecosystem, right? People can enter the ecosystem through power content, or people can enter the ecosystem by becoming a lead. That way, all of your warm content, like what I was just talking about with Kim, these people are going to get that warm content. And if they watch 25% of at least one of these pieces of content, they're into the ecosystem. So that's how Nilu can go back and get some of that traffic that she's already paid Facebook for and give them another chance to get her content and have conversations here. So she could actually deliver the webinar straight to their messenger instead of making them opt in.
So here you are saying I ran power content with the drop a line call of action button, and when they will come in the conversation in the messenger, then I can get the leads of that 80%. So here question is, to do power content, I can use the same videos or I have to do the new videos? Because
you can use if you've already created these power content videos, just use them. Just instead of sending them to cold traffic, because I know you have a limited budget, send 80% of the people who have landed here but haven't opted in your power content. They've already seen your offer for the webinar, right?
Yeah, because my videos have very good CTR or CTR and CTR all rate. It's above 6% and above 3% in the click-through rate. So I spend the time on that. So, and I have one. What Facebook suggested me to add the test their ad strategy tool in the ads manager. I did that. What they did, they use my same content for the engaged audience and the same content for the cold audience. So my engaged audience on the picture and the videos, I did 2 pictures, 1 video on the engaged customer and the new customer, and that got more than 11% CTR, my images.
Mm-hmm.
So as per the what I see, the lead strategy where you are using the 5 ad sets with the 5 different audience and with the 1, 2 videos or 1 image or the 2 image or the 1 video. So
Yep.
I'm using in the power content the same concept.
No,
No,
power content ads are different than lead generation ads. Power content is mission number 1. If you want to do your webinar ads, follow mission number 2, which is the lead generation campaign in the program. Power content are not the same type of ads that you're going to send to your webinar.
Okay, so mission 2. So now I should start with power content again with the same video.
Yeah, and that's mission number 1.
Mission number 1. Okay, and I can make it like $2 or $3 and
Absolutely, but if I were you, I would do each of these pieces of power content $2 a day, right? So you'll have $2 here, $2 here, $2 here. But I would use this traffic versus using cold traffic, only because these people are already warm.
So yeah, that's what my question. So I have to go for the 20% who watch my landing page view. A video.
No, just anyone who landed. You can actually do anyone who's landed on your landing page. Don't even worry about excluding. Who cares? You're just gonna, even if people opted in, who cares? They're still gonna get nurtured with content.
But these audience is, I made it last year. That is very old. So after this year I'm using lookalike, all the lookalikes.
Yeah, you might. So if you don't have enough warm, you might have to do cold. It just depends. Like if you want to start from scratch, yeah, you can send cold traffic to the power content. I would recommend though $5 a day on one. If you only have like $5 to spend on power content, do it 1 video, and $5 a day, you'll get audiences much faster.
So for this power content $5 video, so I have to build the audience again because that lookalike is not working at all.
You don't even have to use a lookalike. I hardly use
Yeah.
lookalike anymore. They don't work very well anymore like they used to.
Yeah. So that's what I'm, so I have to build audience again with the power content.
Yes. So are you talking warm or cold?
I'm talking about because I have not actual good warm market right now. I'm on my page. I have only 2,000 to 2.5 followers. If I go for the Facebook page audience and make it custom and then use a lookalike, I have one option. I have other option to make a lookalike
How many
video.
how many people follow your Facebook page?
2.5K.
2.5K.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would make an audience of people page likes.
Page likes. Okay, I did that one.
And send them here. Yeah.
I now I created new lookalike with the page likes, and other one is because I was running the video ad.
I wouldn't even use lookalikes. I would do targeted.
Custom audience.
Honestly, that's just my 2 cents. I would target them versus using.
So how I will target the ad videos which I'm running the messenger ad that have 67,000 views on my video.
So okay, if it's video and it's in the last 365 days.
Yes, and I have 67K.
Yeah, just create a custom audience of people who watch those videos.
So it would be the retargeting. So then I have to create the new video for them because they already watched that video.
Well, they watched these. They didn't watch these.
Okay.
You told me you want to create the audience of people who watch the ads to the webinar. They haven't seen the power content yet.
Okay.
These are two different types of videos.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I will work on that. And how I can show you my ads manager to really work on that.
Yep. So do you know what your numbers are? Have you had ads running more than 7 to 10 days in the last month or so?
Oh yeah, I'm running ads. Yeah.
Have you gone through the troubleshooting training yet?
Yes, I did. According to that, CTR and all numbers are good.
Okay. So is it the webinar that's not converting then? So
yes. Numbers are good, but still it's not converting. I don't know why.
Yeah,
CTR
it has nothing. If your ads are getting people to the webinar, it's not your ads. It's the webinar that's not converting.
Because your Accelerator that the script. So I was thinking about I don't know if CTR is good, CTR all is good. So if I change my scripts, like my objections, you said you make the objections to your headlines.
Yep, exactly. So what's your opt-in rate for your webinar right now?
What does opt-in means?
Yeah, opt-in. How many people? What's your cost per lead right now on your webinar, and what percentage of people who visited your landing page opted in? Remember,
this is a messenger. This is a messenger ad, like video messenger.
See, that's why you're running the wrong type of ads.
Yeah.
Like start from scratch. Follow my lead generation strategy exactly.
Okay. So I think I'm on the wrong ad style. That's a like conversion right now. It's $6 to $7 per conversion, but those are not giving me the whole leads. Because if they give me leads, then I'm opting in. But those are not converting into the buying. Not going for the.
So how many leads have you gotten with the conversion ad?
Oh, if for this current ad is I like 15 or 16 leads.
Oh, that's not even enough. So guys, before we're even testing anything, and this is super important for you guys to know. When you're troubleshooting a funnel, like right now, she's only got 16 leads. We're looking for 500 leads to come through this funnel before we can troubleshoot properly the funnel, right? Because think about this, right? This is good for everybody to know because we're having a real talk right now that a lot of people don't talk about. So, and this is why with Scott, we were able to get him cash flow without building a webinar because y'all are going to see about how expensive this could get really fast. Okay, so we have the webinar, right? We're sending cold traffic to this webinar. The first 20% of people are going to opt in, 80% will not, right? This is the first thing that we have to make sure is that our ads that are performing, right? We've got our CTR all and our CTR link click through, right? 3% here, 1% here, okay? Sounds like her ads are doing good, right? So we could check that off the list. It's not her ads, right? Now her webinar, right? We want to get around 5,000 visits, but if you can only get 1,000, that's fine. But you have to think about this, 20% of those people, right? Only 20% of these visitors are gonna opt in. The next step, right? Here, 40% of people are gonna press play. 60% of people who opt in to watch your webinar will never watch your webinar. And that's why I teach you guys that Fire 4 sequence. We won't get into that because that's a more advanced strategy. Now, out of the 40% who watch your webinar, right? We want 10% of those people to fill out an application. That's why we need to make sure that we have a budget big enough to where we can get people to the end of the funnel. 16 people is not enough to judge how people get through that funnel. Does everyone follow me? And this doesn't matter whether you have like a lead magnet or video VSL or whatever, like we have to make sure that people are making it to the end, because I get a lot of people that come to me and like, Laurel, I'm not booking any calls, but then they only have like 50 people who've opted in and only 2 people have watched their webinar, right? That's not nearly enough. And that's why it's always like, you have to be able to have a budget to get at least 500 people to opt in. If you're paying $10 a lead, that's a $5,000 budget to get 500 people through that funnel. So that's why, like, for those of you guys who want to book more calls, but don't have this $5,000 budget, come to the next call. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I helped Scott do and help some of my other members do, how to get more calls without having to pay high webinar ad prices.
Do you mean this next call or which next call?
Yeah, the next call, the Thursday call that's in the featured section,
Okay,
it's called the Discovery Call Accelerator. You guys are going to love that because a lot of you guys are going to start to get cash flow without having to do a webinar. Doesn't that sound fucking fantastic? Being able to book calls without having to do a webinar.
So
Nilu, did this help?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me. So to troubleshoot, if doesn't have that much budget to troubleshoot, it just to start from the scratch power content, build audience, warm audience, then retarget that one to lower the budget ad cost.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And that's why I love starting with power content, because it gets the conversations going before you have to launch something super expensive.
Okay. Yeah, definitely I'll do that and I will show you that. Yeah, thank you so much. It really helpful.
I'm super glad. Let's see, I'm going in order. Lily. Hey, Lily.
Hi, Laurel.
Great to see you.
Yes, it's lovely for me to meet you as well. I feel I've been watching so many of your videos and know you, even though never really chatted. So lovely to meet you.
Well, I feel like I know you too. And see, that's why I always tell you guys, if you guys comment and take part in the stuff, I do follow you guys back and I go creep on y'all's pages and stuff. So.
So I don't really know if you want to answer my question because it's not really specifically pertaining to your 3 missions. It's based on a video that I watched on your YouTube channel.
Okay.
So I
No,
don't
that's
really
fine.
know. Oh, okay, cool. It is your content.
Any of my content is fair game.
Okay, no, cool. But but it's not specifically from your program. So I took one of your videos, which was on how you use boosting to retarget people, and I'm actually applying that to one of my clients, who's an e-com client at the moment, and yeah, a little bit shitting myself because it's completely new to how I would have usually done it. But so I suppose my question is to be specific. I've done the boosted post and created the video view audience of 25% of people. At the moment, there are about 9,000 people in that audience. What would be your next step thereafter if you were then to take either the post into the ads manager and then build out like middle of funnel and then just retarget those little 9,000 people? And the reason I would say where I feel a bit nervous is when I take the ad into the middle of funnel, is 9,000 people enough? And would you then choose objective conversions or for sales?
Yep, absolutely. So whenever I'm writing, whenever I run ecom, I'll just do the whole strategy because it'll be easier. So these are the power content for e-commerce, right? And then, so this is going to cold, but then I also have the offer ads going to cold, right? So you've got two audiences. So what you're telling me is between these two audiences, you have 9,000 people, or
So
just
I
between
did
the offer ad?
the offer ads because it was a page and ad engagement audience, and the other one was people that visited the specific website of this category but did not purchase.
That's
And
perfect.
so I've used,
Okay.
okay, yeah, so there's 9,000, I think, just in that custom audience of the view 25% of the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
9,000.
So you want to take that boosted post and actually put it inside
So-
the ad strategy, the ads manager as evergreen content, as evergreen ads.
Yeah, well, at the moment, yeah, not for just to get sales now from that. Like I've got the reach on where people have clicked and viewed it, but now I'm like, okay, is it enough to really go into full conversions?
Absolutely. So here's what I do. And I do this for my coaches. I do this for my $7 offer. So you got your offer ads, okay? The first thing I do is whenever I post any content on my business page, right? I'll just draw my little business page. I'll boost it, right? Have you guys noticed now when you boost a post, you can choose the objective that you want Facebook to deliver. So you can choose the conversion or sale, like optimize this for sales, right? If I get a sales or two, right? If I get a sale or two, or if I get a lot of engagement, I will literally copy this post ID, right? And so I have, for e-commerce, I have my power content, campaign. I've got my offer ad campaign, right? Mission 1, mission 2, retargeting, mission number 3. And so I have a third campaign I call my hot 7, right? And so what I'm doing is I'm taking winning posts from those boosted posts. I boost posts for 3 days for $10. That's that for, it's almost like a validation, right? Is this going to get me engagement, or is this going to get me
4
sales?
days?
Yep.
Yes.
And then all I'm doing is I'm creating a hot 7 campaign. Now I switch out my hot 7 campaign every 2 months. I switch it out with content because I post so much content. You don't have to. But in the hot 7, I have that reminder video, right? That's in the ATM strategy. But then all of the other stuff I have, like, a testimonial. And then all of the other ads, the other 5 ads are just boosted posts that I'm making evergreen inside this campaign. So I'm just whenever I'm going to create it. So I'll create a new campaign, conversion campaign, $2 a day. And that's all I'm doing.
Conversion campaign, $2 a day.
$2 a day. Yep. That's why you guys will see this ad that I'm running right now that says, this ad only cost me $2 a day to run. And on average, I'll get 5 to 7 sales. It's because all of my retargeting ads, I just run for $2 a day. Because if an audience of 9,000, $2 a day is going to be plenty.
Okay,
Now you're going to want to keep an eye on
$2 a day
that.
enough to push through for a sale? Like,
Say what?
Is $2 a day going to be enough budget for the sale? I feel like it's really little.
Have you gone through like I actually show you guys my ads manager all the time. I run ads $2 a day and get sales all the time.
Yeah, maybe I need to go and dig in a bit more.
No, because think about this. Why would you? So here's the thing. You cannot scale warm traffic. There's only so much warm traffic, right? Anytime you're pushing the budget up, it's going to be to get more traffic here. So I never spend more than $10 a day per ad. Now, here's my rule of thumb. I'm keeping an eye on the frequency. I start at $2 a day, and I want to make sure that people aren't seeing the ad more than 4 to 5 times a week. And if you go to performance and clicks inside the, it'll tell you the frequency, and you tell Facebook what date range, go to the last 7 days and make sure that the frequency, if the frequency is only showing twice a week, absolutely bump it up to $3 a day, $4 a day, right? But where you're going to want to spend a majority of your money is going to be the offer ads, right? Because you want to push enough traffic to let this do its thing. That's where a lot of people don't push enough cold traffic.
Okay, so it's fine then that I go and push more budget then towards that.
Absolutely. So how many offer ads are you running right now?
No, at the moment was only the page boost that I did for the client for her product. So yeah, just the one on Facebook and one on Instagram. And so I wanted to take it now into the business manager or to the ads manager and do an instant experience and use that post with the ID and just to have those 2 ads running.
Yeah, I would get some offer ads, run that 5x3 that I show you guys how to, like, the 5 ad sets and the 3 ads.
Okay.
Get a shit ton of traffic, because this is where you're going to make the money. And I usually do like a testimonial carousel, not a testimonial, a product carousel. You know, like for example, like the scarves that I have the example in the program. Is it the scarf example or the yoga bag example? I can't remember. But there's one example that I have in the program for one of my e-commerce clients, and we're doing a reminder video. Hey, I saw that you were this close to buying, you know, this scarf, and just, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then the second one is all of the different designs of the scarf. You know, hey, new colors added this week. You know, we saw you were checking out our scarves. Maybe you didn't like the colors that we had before. Here's all the new stuff that we have this week. And they're able to just scroll through all of the slideshow of all of the scarves and then click to buy right there. Those ads are running for $2 a day.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. The hardest part is dialing in those offer ads. This is whenever it becomes super, super fun, is when you can just have fun with retargeting. But you have to have the traffic to do it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. That was a good one. You guys are making me use my whiteboard this morning. Let's
Jamming
see.
on the whiteboard.
Miss. Oh, that's actually Facebook calling me right now. They call it the most inconvenient time. And I always know because it's from Palo Alto. Let's see. Miss Sway.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you? What's up?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for taking the call. I'm looking forward to this call and getting some strategy. So I have been going through the videos, of course, tons of great content and information. I'm just trying to find the best way or strategy to optimize results within the amount of time. I'm doing a challenge. We're doing a challenge, and it's going to be multiple back-to-back challenges. Like each month we'll be running them.
Okay.
So we started with the power content, but we're redoing the copy and dialing it in even more. But in the meantime, I just wanted to find out what's the best way to, as we're doing this process, and we'll be starting that power content again, to use like maybe a custom audience to share. Like, I'm not sure if we should be, I mean, it will be value based right there, but then
you're talking about re-engaging them.
Yes, re-engaging the custom audience, because we don't have yet 1,000 on the power content for the 25% view.
Yep, absolutely.
Or we did a test run last month, or 1,000 for the from our previous test run. So I'm just trying to figure out, okay, if we don't have enough right now, what do we do in the meantime?
Yep, absolutely. Great question. So you guys understand there's 3 missions. It doesn't matter, e-commerce, coaching, challenges, whatever, right? Power content, challenge ads, retargeting, boosted posts, right? So whenever we do challenges for clients, this is something that we run. We start running power content like 3 months in advance, right? Now there's 2 things that we do to re-engage. Okay, there's 2 things that we do to re-engage. We run power content to our warm audience, and we boost every single post. Okay. Now, Blackfire just asked, she needs clarity on what do I keep saying 1,000? We need 1,000 people in our custom audience, meaning we need 1,000 people who watched 25% or more of this video. We need 1,000 people who have hit the sales page and not bought, or hit 1,000 leads, or we need 1,000 people in a custom audience in order for those ads to run. Okay. So I do a warm stack. Okay. So anytime that I'm running to warm traffic and I'm trying to re-engage with boosted posts or power content. I'm stacking anyone who has engaged with your Facebook page in the last 365 days, anyone who has visited any page of your funnel, anyone who likes your Facebook page, anyone who's engaged with your Instagram in the last 365 days, anyone who's watched any video for 25% or more, right?
Okay.
If those audiences are all big, I will usually eliminate the Facebook page engagement for 365 days because those aren't necessarily as warm as the other ones, but I will throw that audience in because some of you guys may need that audience in order for your retargeting ads to run.
Mhm. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so anytime that we are about to run and live launches or whatever, and I think I did a video recently with when I was jamming with my Lean on Laurel students. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch that video, I actually go over this exact same strategy in that video. It's on my business page. But that's all we're doing is like for the first 2 months, we're boosting posts and sending them to new power content just to kind of get them ready. Because then, right, as we get closer to the challenge, when the challenge is like a month or 3 weeks away, we start promoting the heck out of that challenge with live videos. And all we're doing is boosting it to all of those warm audiences. And we're continuously doing that, right? Because then when we start our offer ads, those people are going to start to fall into this audience too. So that's how we're gathering. I mean, whenever I ran, Amy Porterfield did a live launch about 2 years ago called Think Like an Expert. That's what we did. For 3 months, boosted posts and power content for 3 months because she likes to run launches to only warm traffic.
Got it. So the re-engagement starts with the power content with those stacked audiences,
Mhm.
and then, or simultaneously maybe.
I just create one warm audience. So I go into my ads manager and I just stack as a custom audience, page engagement, funnel visits, email lists, all of anything that you would consider your warm audiences, save it as all warm. And then anytime you're going to boost, select that custom audience. And whenever you're launching your power content, just select that audience. It makes it so much easier.
God, and it doesn't matter the order then, just whether it's the power content first or the boost, as long as
Because you're going to run them at the same time.
Got it. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. That was all of the submissions in the time, but I am going to keep going until I don't have any more time. Okay. So that's why it's super important to get your questions in when we first start. 1. And then I'm coming to Blackfire.
Laurel, your energy is absolutely amazing this morning.
I think I'm just excited that I'm finally back in my office.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you guys who didn't know, I had been out of my office because remember it used to be slightly bigger. So over here, and we're still kind of doing some stuff, but that room we actually built out because I had client VIP days. Now there's a VIP suite for you guys to actually stay with me on my home property, and I don't have to drive you to a hotel in the next town. So now when y'all come to the Bayou, that you guys get a VIP suite included, full bath, a nice king size bed and everything. So
That is awesome.
That's why I'm super excited. I'm super excited to be back in my office. It's been a couple of months. So
How do we get to come to one of those? Because I want to come.
yeah, just hit me up.
All right.
We'll talk. Yeah. Mr. Juan, where did he go? Is he still here? I don't see him.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. I just don't have my picture up.
Let's see. Where are you? I'm trying to find you. Oh, there you are. Yeah. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Laurel?
Yeah. You're asking when's the best time to apply for Lean on Laurel?
Yeah, I mean,
Best time is when you're ready to like get your ass with me like all the time, because like what Dr. Fortune and Scott will tell you, there's 14 calls. I'm pretty hard. Like I like to get shit done. So I just say, as long as you're comfortable with the ads manager and you're ready to work.
okay, and it's
And you
14.
have at least and you have at least $500 to spend on ads.
Okay, so we're looking at 1,500 total. And it's 14 calls for the 1,000.
Yep.
Okay, very cool. That's a lot. Awesome.
Plus daily Q&A with me. So
Awesome.
I make sure that they're well taken care of.
Okay, cool. I'm not really too set on my offer, but I mean, I could just run it with you too and just kind of work on the offer too if I don't have it set.
Absolutely. That's what we did with Scott. Scott, it took us what, 2 weeks to kind of pan out your offer. But as soon as we did, he immediately posted his power offer. We worked on it, I think, 2 weeks. I mean, you had 2 or 3 calls before we solidified it and posted it organically, and 2 calls. And
very cool.
yeah.
Okay. I have one more question real quick. What's your opinion on sterling silver jewelry drop shipping e-commerce Shopify store? They're made and they're shipped from the US. So it's either that or I'm gonna do like a Facebook ad strategy. So I have both of these 2 things looming in the works, but I'm kind of I'm probably gonna use the lean on Laurel for the Facebook stuff, ad strategy. But this other drop shipping is gonna be on my own thing that I do on the side. But what do you think? Is there a waste of time, or do you think a lot of people are like, oh, you gotta buy jewelry, you have to see it in person and stuff, and it doesn't really solve a pain point, so it's kind of tough.
So just go into it knowing that you're going to want to give yourself enough time to validate it, right? The thing about drop shipping is, like, 2 years ago, you could easily create something, right, and make a shit ton of money. Now, because there's so many drop shipping courses and all of that fun stuff, it's harder for a drop shipping store to make it. But keep in mind that you have to figure out what is the gap that your store is going to fill in the marketplace. You have to find that, or it's not going to work. Like, you have to find a gap that it's going to fill.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, Laura.
Absolutely. It's a great question. Miss Blackfire. Is she still here? Yeah, I see her.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. I'll show my face so that you can see me. Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one that's all over your YouTube videos.
Oh, I'm telling you, if you guys engage with me, I will remember you and get to know you better. That's a good thing.
Okay, so thank you for everything that you're doing. So I actually put my question in the chat so that I could remember what the question was.
Yep.
It had to do with, I'm running my first piece of power content.
Yep.
And I chose video engagement as the objective, but then Facebook was asking me to something like a something experience, and it seemed like I couldn't do it.
Tell it no. Just do Facebook always has bad ideas, like not bad ideas, but they're just trying to get you to use new functions or whatever. Just set up the ad exactly like I have, like, just say no. I don't want to crop my image. Like, I always tell Facebook no, because this is something a lot of people don't know too, is like whenever you're placing your ad and it says, do you want us to reformat it or optimize for each placement? Hit cancel, because if you don't hit cancel, it will create a dynamic ad that you cannot use across multiple ad sets. It's a little thing a lot of people don't know.
Okay.
Just tell it no, because we don't want any links in our power content.
Well, that was my next question, because it seemed like it was trying to force me to put a link there. So I wound up putting a link there. So my question was, can you run it without putting a link there? You can.
Yes, that's the way I design power content, to run without a link.
Okay, so then my next question is, first of all, I've been watching it for 7 days. I didn't.
I know. I loved your 6-word update. You're like,
yes.
launch ads will not look at it today.
Today was 7 days, and it only got 11 views for the 25%. So I'm like, should I just?
How much did you spend?
I'm doing $2 a day, so it's only $10.
Yeah, that's normal. How many did you get any 100% views?
Maybe like 2.
And you spent what, $10?
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's a good start, because what I want you guys to understand about power content is, if you're only running like $2 a day, right? It's going to take longer for Facebook to optimize, because what it's doing is, if you're running $2 a day, the people who are watching 25%, Facebook's going to try to find more people that are like those people who've already watched the 25%. That's why I want your power content to start trending towards $1 per 100% video view, but it's not going to happen until there's like 5,000 impressions. Do you have 5,000 impressions?
I can tell you, because I pulled it up because I knew you was going to ask me something about something. It's 697 impressions.
Yeah, see, 697, not even close. We want 5,000 before we're even making any decisions, because Facebook needs that time and that budget to be able to optimize that. But I will say this, just judging that you've only spent $10, you've got quite a handful of 25% watches and 2 already at 100%. I would say that's trending in the right direction.
Okay. So keep it like it is, but it does have a link on there because I was so confused about the link thing. I did what you said earlier to the other lady. I still say, drop me a line, but then there's also a link on there. So,
one of the things that I noticed, and this is one of my agency clients, he still says that even in his offer ads, and he'll get more, even though the link is there, people will still say, send me the links on his ad, and which I don't mind, because it's like, anytime we get comments on our ads, it lowers our ad costs. And so this is a little hack that I use, right? Anytime that I'm launching an ad, I will always hit you guys up and warning. It's the ones that are the most engaged in my $7 program. Anytime I'm launching new ads, I'm always like gonna grab that ad link and send it to you guys and say, hey, do you mind like pimping my, your win in my $7 program on this ad? Why am I doing that? Because social proof. And that's why I don't exclude. Like anytime I'm running ads, like you guys notice, you guys are like, I bought your $7 program. Why am I still seeing the ads? Because social proof. You guys are like awesome at selling my program for me. So many of my $7 members, when they see it, they're like, yeah, I'm in this program. It's the best thing ever. I was like, why would I exclude like my best testimonials,
Okay. So I think I'm clear. The 1,000, when you said the 1,000, are you talking about, I know you said 1,000 views, 25% views.
1,000 anything. So, let's say you want 1,000, you need 1,000 people in your custom audience. So whether it is 1,000 people who've engaged with your page, you're going to need 1,000. If it's 1,000 sales page links, it's 1,000. Like it's 1,000 individual one action steps.
So if 1,000 people click the link, that's also considered. Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm clear.
Yep. Absolutely. And yes, we do have, I think, 1 or 2 spots in the Lean on Laurel right now. Oh, thank you, Dr. Fortune, dropping the link for me. Dr. Fortune, like your ad, you got another sale from your ad this morning? Is that what you were telling me? He's got an awesome offer. His offer was so amazing. As I was helping him with his ads, I sent his link to my wife and was like, can you buy this for me? He's got amazing. It's called the 4-hour book. He teaches you how to write your book in 4 hours. Awesome. It's like a no-brainer offer.
Yeah, and it came in like 5 o'clock this morning. Yeah,
and we just launched the ads on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So that's a good sign.
Can you drop that link? I finished my first book, but it was so, oh my God, it was so harrowing that
Dr. Fortune, drop your link too.
Drop your link, brother. Drop the link in the chat.
Nilu, you have a follow-up question?
Yes, I just you said like a $2 power content. So what should be the ideal reach on that audience size?
So we want to run power content. Doesn't matter what your budget is. We don't want to look at the troubleshooting for it until it's had 5,000 impressions.
Okay, so no, when I will create a new power content, I'm going to start from the scratch now. So $2 budget. So if I would do
$5 a day. She's just doing $2 a day. That's her budget. Okay. But I would do, if you want faster, like obviously the more budget it's going to optimize faster. But if you only have $2 a day to spend, only spend $2 a day.
I will start with the $5. I'm thinking about it to throw up 2 power content with $5 each. So my audience is women, the immigrant woman, and so I built audience. So for what would be my ideal reach, like it shows the audience size and the daily reach. So I don't want to be like spread all over. So what would be the ideal millions? Like in one of the video you said like 5K to 2.1 million.
Yeah, it depends. Very quickly, because I only have a couple minutes, and I want to catch a coffee break in between before my next call. Well, who's your ideal audience? Like, are you running it to multiple countries or one country or?
Right now in the US only.
US only. Okay.
Yeah.
No, US only is going to be super expensive, just so you know. That's just how it is. US, and what are the other specifications? Women.
Women age between 24 to 50
Okay.
years, and who have kids, who have hold on career because they want to take care of the kids, but want to supplement their income. So I help them to set up their own online business.
Okay.
That's
So
my
you
ideal
can target. Yep. So you could target stay-at-home moms, or you could layer two things, right? You could do all parents, right? Parents, ages, kids, and then at the bottom, narrow down to self-employed or work from home. I would do a couple stacks. Don't get too crazy with the targeting.
Yeah, but the problem is here, when I tested this stay-at-home mom, they have no money to invest because they are financially, they depend on their husbands, and they haven't saw my power content or anything. So they are more skeptical. They don't want to let them do. So I want to target professionals who can make their own decision.
So keep this in mind. You guys think way too much about the targeting, about the targeting. You just hit the nail on the head. This is an excellent way to end this call. Excellent way. Why are you guys all sitting in this room right now? Exposure, frequency of exposure to me, right? Y'all didn't just see one ad. I stalked the hell out of all of you guys, right? And I continue to do so. And so that's why, like, this is what I need y'all to understand, is that I know, like, all of these gurus say, you know, you should be making sales, cold audiences all the time. What I'm teaching you guys here is going to consistently bring you audiences. It's not going to be the fast and sexy way, but it's going to be the more consistent way. And so Nilu, they might not take you up right here, but if you keep doing this and you're showing up in their newsfeed with value, who are they going to trust? There's a lot of people that have your offer. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people in this program that I can think of, more than a dozen women right now that are in this program that sell the same thing you do, the same funnel. But if you can consistently stay in your audience's feed, they're going to eventually talk to you. And that's what we're trying to create, not short-term results. We want long-term results.
Okay, got your point. Yeah, just to be straight with the broad audience, not to narrow down specific.
The more we narrow, guys, the more expensive our ads become.
Okay. I'll do that again.
I gotta go. My other class is already lining up, but man, I had so much fun with you guys. Go and give me your 6-word update. Don't forget, 6-word update. I love that. My mentor started doing that with us, and it's fun to read y'all 6-word updates. So I'll see you guys later.
Bye, Laurel.
Bye.